Mind seeing it as well. Be interested though to see if catJAMMERS, they do have Owie who's been doing the drafting, and obviously Duba, who is their actual coach, I'm sure is taking a look at this and considering the same exact thing, right? Because the drought just seems a little bit too slow. We know that Sammy plays quite a bit of Terrorblade, really likes that hero. So they can kind of craft their draft around it and try to. In fact, there it is. They pick it up for themselves. So there's the denial pickup. Still works very well for them too on the side of catJAMMERS. HFN likes this hero as well. So
Yeah, they take the Terrorblade and then they ban out the Drow Ranger for themselves. And that's one of the better heroes against Terrorblade because the Terrorblade is one of the highest agility growth rate heroes in the game. Of course, he has more armor than basically anyone. The only person who has more than him is the Morphling. When you morph all your points into Agi, Drow decent against it as well. Let's see if they ban out the Medusa or a Morphling. Morphling's already banned. See if they ban out the Medusa here. I'm not sure how they finish off the draft on 4Zoomers. They are a creative team, but I don't know how they get themselves out of this one. I think catJAMMERS did an excellent job there taking the Terrorblade and banning out the Drow Ranger here. Sometimes you're just outbrained.
Yes. My one question looking at the catJAMMERS draft is how do you hold people in there for a fight? Because right now they've got the perfect skirmish lineup, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, the Arc Warden. That's a smart
yeah,
ban. That actually would go so well too with what they have going on. But I mean, like looking at what catJAMMERS has, there's not a lot of like AoE team fight coming out here. You've got, the Tombstone coming from the Undying. You've got nice little kind of pick off potential with the Tiny, with the Avatos, and of course the Void using the Aether Remnant. But generally speaking, like you can just disengage. If Terrorblade pops that Metamorphosis and you're not hard committed, you just walk away here, right?
Yep. And that's what they're trying to solve with these last two bans on 4Zoomers. They ban out Legion Commander, who can hold people in place with the duel very well, and they ban out the Mars. Arena would be a massive tool here with the Terrorblade holding in under the Tombstone. They do have options like Underlord. They have options like Puck, but they don't quite fit in with this draft like other things. I mean, Underlord isn't horrible, but just that Root, I feel like it's not really enough.
Yeah.
And then Vengeful Spirit's going to be able to swap whoever out, and then they're just going to walk away afterwards. They're a little bit lacking, as you say.
And I'm a big fan of this support duo coming out from the side of Zoomers. I really like Ocean and Husky. I think they're two of the most up-and-coming like support players that I've seen, really. So that they're going to be on point. Eventually, the Earth Spirit will be able to get that Agnum Scepter. I've seen Ocean do so many saves. They've actually been so sick. And then, of course, Vengeful Spirit is just literally made to either initiate or generally, though, hold onto that swap to be able to save someone out.
Yep. Your positioning is very important. You need to decide whether or not you need to play very far forward or if you need to be saving one of your allies. I'm not sure how they're closing out this draft with 4Zoomers. The only heroes I'd really thought of was like the Terrorblade, the Drow Ranger here. Medusa doesn't really fit that much. I mean, Arc Warden does make sense when I see it banned out now, but I'm not sure who else really fits in here.
Bloodseeker. Okay, so Bloodseeker offlane, Void mid, Terrorblade 1. Huh.
That doesn't really solve their problem as far as lockdown goes, though.
Really doesn't. I guess, Rupture kind of, if you really care, but you just kind of sidestep and, Nature's Prophet throws out a tree, sort of deal, holds Bloodseeker in place so he can't hit anyone. I don't know. But what's the Zoomers going to pick up is the big question. Oh, they go for the Lifestealer. All right.
That doesn't feel good, though. It is so awkward with everything else that you have.
Yeah. But I don't know what they could have picked that would have been better, I guess, is the real question.
They did lock it in pretty quickly. I'm not really sure either. But I feel as if when you pick up something like a Vengeful Spirit, you definitely wanted that Drow with a Terrorblade. But, it's just easily predicted. They end up taking the Terrorblade for themselves. They ban out the Drow Ranger. Then, of course, the last thing they pick is that Arc Warden there. So gave them, I guess, too much of an opportunity to counter them out here in catJAMMERS.
So whose draft are you liking better, I guess? Is
definitely catJAMMERS. I think this is just way too awkward on 4Zoomers. I'm not sure how they win this.
I mean, I've seen Sammy Boy put out a pretty impressive performance on his Lifestealer, but Gunner and Monkeys and Ocean were really just making so much space during that time. They really will have to put a lot of pressure down on HFN and on Bryle. The one thing I think that is in their advantage is the fact that, they do have Dubu, right? Playing on catJAMMERS instead of Kezu, and they're putting Moon Meander in the off lane. So things are a little bit shooken up here, not super badly considering, that is their coach, but they definitely aren't going to be feeling as comfortable as usual without having their regular offlaner. So it's possible, but
they're definitely not as strong with Dubu on the squad instead of Kezu. You said not the normal roster and people being on positions they're not as comfortable with. But I do imagine that catJAMMERS is going to win this. They just got drafted into a corner.
I'm looking forward to see what ends up happening.
Yeah.
That was such a sad sigh. Oh my god.
Yeah, I mean, I see what's going to happen here. I mean, HFN is just going to completely destroy Sammy Boys as game goes along. Life Stealer just can't fight in this Terrorblade. They have nobody else who's going to carry the game for them. I don't think Bryle's going to be...
them down. What if they do the impossible, dude? Not the impossible, but the unlikely.
It's the impossible. Let's be honest here.
I'll bet you a monster energy that my boys, the 4Zoomers, somehow take this game.
I'll take a free monster energy. Let's go, Moxxi.
All right, there we go. We've got a bet.
I was really liking what 4Zoomers had going on with their draft at first, but when they only had 3 choices left at the end there, the Arc Warden, the Jaw Ranger, the Terrorblade, and they ended up picking one, banning the next 2 out. Aoi 2000's brain is simply too big.
All right.
Predicting
I happen to think that Gunnar is a fantastic invoker and that Ocean is a godlike Earth Spirit player, and he's just going to go cruising all over the place, cause a lot of problems for HFN. HFN's going to get forced out, have to go over into the jungle, and then they're just going to be poking at him the entire time while Monkeys Forever puts pressure on these towers.
We'll see about that. I'm not sure the Monkeys is going to have the game that he wants here on stage. This is an aggressive starting build he's got. You know what? I respect it. Triple Fairy Fire, Bloodstone, 1 Tango.
Yeah, this man's ready for blood. Okay, this man is a vegan. Not really a vegan, but they call him the vegan.
Why?
He's on the Zoomer team because I don't know, because Zoomers are weird, dude. And he's usually not into blood, but for this game, he's out for blood. He's gonna be running at these catJAMMERS.
Is he actually a vegan or no?
He's vegetarian.
Yeah.
Now Neph hates him because he found that out.
How can you be North American if you're not just eating burgers and...
I don't know. He's doing pretty okay.
I imagine he looks good and he's healthy, but, he doesn't have that real North American spirit.
We had this whole conversation before the caster today where Neph was like, I don't feel super well. And we're like, well, what have you been eating, Neph?
I'm fine with
not sure you're the most qualified to discuss dietary issues there, friend.
I had vegetables today.
I'm not sure I believe it. And of course, my first thing that I asked was, were they fried?
Which was a fair question.
It is a fair question, yes. They'll go when they pick up the magic missile because they want to just put as much damage on Bryle as possible. Try to use the bubble to buy a bit more time, but the body blocks are real. One more hit, and it's going to go over to Ocean. So my boy Ocean on his Earth Spirit already looking real strong.
I'm not sure how I feel about him grabbing that on the pause 4 there. I mean, even having boots on Earth Spirit doesn't feel amazing. Yes, it does help you rotate the 4 minutes, grab that bounty rune, but it doesn't really see up for anything that great.
Yeah, but I think he's also concerned, because you saw that last click coming in from Gunnar, but it might have been an uphill mischance, and you don't want to just lose out on the first blood when you're that close to it.
Yep. Ooh, interesting. Give me 1 second. I'm having camera issues.
Uh-oh. Good thing you're not our obs. Also, shout out Sakai running obs for us. He's a real champ there. Go take a look over at this mid lane where we've got Gunnar versus Bryle. 2 players that definitely play against each other quite a bit in the pubs, and I'm sure also scrim each other quite a bit as well. Pretty quiet otherwise, though. A little bit of trading back and forth here between Husky and Aoi. Nothing too crazy here. I don't expect to see anything. It's interesting. So HFN picked. Okay, there it is. He was holding onto that metamorphosis for a little bit, which felt a little strange to me. I thought that usually they try to pop it fairly early, but
It makes the most sense to pop it as early on as possible because Terrorblade is a hero that just, the 4.8 agility growth per level. And once you make it through the first couple of levels easy enough, you don't need to fall back on the extra metamorphosis damage. It becomes much easier to secure those last hits. So using it at the very start makes the most sense.
Monkey's forced into the tree line here. He's had a lot of that strength taken away from him. 8 stacks of decay, trying to just juke. Look at HFN, he just chews through the trees and then clicks him down. Dubu, though, on the side is sitting a little low, but he's very, very tanky. Again, does have those stacks of decay. Has another one up soon. Can Ocean get this kill? Looks like he's going to back off. Dubu just going to kind of limp around here. Still a little bit more strength here from Ocean. Does have to be careful with the Nature's Prophet coming back into the lane, though.
All right, and take a look what's happening over here in the mid lane. All right, just throws a quick tornado off into him, but he is winning right now with the CS war, actually by quite a bit. It makes sense. He's a melee hero. He has the extra base damage over Invoker, and of course he has a Quelling Blade as well. So 15-5 to Invoker's 6-0 right now. Bryle's just crushing it.
Bryle God. To drag back over onto Gunnar, just playing with him a little bit. Yeah, and everybody just mostly sitting back, farming. Dubu and Ocean kind of having their own little side war going on. And in this top area here, Husky and Owie just consistently battling it out, trying to not allow, Husky to be able to pull or Owie to be able to go and grab that wave as well. Just to get the pull, though. That one little creep is just gone down so fast. Still see it's the last hit.
Bottom lane. HFN, he's taking a bunch of damage. He's only got 1 tango left. He's going to need to ferry himself out a little bit more regen right now. You're doing a pretty good job of clicking him. I mean, with starting with all those fairy fires, it just made it too easy to do all that extra damage to him.
Right.
Your value damage there.
Well, Dubu's courier gets taken down by Ocean. It felt like it was waffling a little bit, but they'll still try to put a little bit of moves. The roll comes forward over onto HFN. They do have a soul rip, though, to keep him alive. But he feels a little hesitate to come forward here. Interesting. Again, he still has that meta. Put out some more damage over onto Ocean. And runes are spawning, though. You can see some of these supports already making their way over. Husky trying to see if this rune is top. Needs to be careful, though, because Owie, of course, can just interrupt him very easily. And you can see also that Ocean and Dubu are making their way to the bottom rune spot. It's in the top spot, though. Owie going to be able to grab up the double damage. So, no rune for Bryle, unfortunately, unless somebody goes in. And in the bottom lane, HFN gets another kill on Monkeys Forever. There's a toss back, though, underneath the tower. Gunnar needs some help, and it doesn't look like he's going to be able to have it, but they don't have detection. So he's able to ghost walk away. He gets salved up immediately. And that was a TP rotation coming out from Dubu here in this middle lane.
Just the fact that Dubu had to throw that teleport down there frees up a bunch of space for the other heroes on the team, though. I mean, you finally get to get some space on Monkeys Forever. The wave is dragged back to the tower. He's not able to pull the creep wave. So him having some XP under his belt is going to do him pretty good. 5 minutes are coming up, though. Heroes getting in position for the bounty runes, and we'll see if they rotate alongside any catapults now.
Roll forward here. Owie just a little bit too fast, though, despite the roll coming out from Ocean. Meander going and dropping down that blood right. This is still looking like a very dead Owie, though, as Ocean cleans up the kill. And it looks like Moon Meander, he points out there's still a rune there. Bryle says, leave that for me. I have a bottle. Just picks up that boot as well.
You take that, you're in trouble. You just sit there and secure that for me. Thank you very much.
I think that was kind of the point, is that he's over in the area and he figured, do we still have a rune? The bottle pick up again here from Tiny. So Bryle's going to be able to heal right back up and get full mana.
Sammy avoid bringing the creeps underneath the tower because the catapult's here. It doesn't look like we're going to get any towers off of this first catapult, so they'll probably play around the 10-minute mark.
Look at everybody over here in the mid lane. They want to kill Gunnar.
It is so hard killing the Quaswex Invoker, though.
They do have detection this time on Owie. So he can't just ghost walk away this time. But look at this, Moon Meander also joining in the fight. Does have an Invis rune. It's a toss back coming out here from Aoi. They'll drop the Tombstone. They already used the Dust. Gunner's going to get dragged right back in again. Does have the Tornado. It's not looking good for him, though. He's still going to fall to Dubu as Moon Meander just chasing Husky on the back line. Ocean is here, though, as well. They'll try to punish him, throw out the Magic Missile, but they'll turn their attention now just right over here to this mid-tower. Ocean just trying his best to try to pull the creeps away. Husky can only do so much on this Vengeful Spirit.
Yeah, them trying to keep this catapult alive. I said that it looked like they weren't going to do anything, but, you know, they're doing everything they can to keep it up. Fortify, maybe? No, at this point, they figure it's too late. We did a little bit of damage, but we're not able to keep this alive. This is something that Crazy love doing, though.
Oh, they really want Dubu here, and they're just not able to close that gap. Monkey's going over here on the high ground, trying to see if he can get those hits in, but Dubu TPing from the low ground. He suspects this already. He knows they have a Nature's Prophet.
Yeah,
So
if there's trees there, they're not going to be able to see him either. Dubu, he's just too smart. You can't get him.
Nature's Prophet getting ruined by his own trees. Not even his own trees, but, you know, being the prophet of nature. Top lane, Sammy Boy and Moon Meander just kind of going at it. Tiny is here. They'll use those open wounds over on Moon Meander. The rest of the team slowly but surely making their way over, but Moon's just going to be just fine.
I mean,
might be able to do something here to Aoi, though, as he tries to go and pull the way. There's the Avalanche. Magic Missile is going to get used. Ocean rolling forward. They drop the Blood Right, but again, it's Aoi's taken down.
Buys himself a little bit of time and allows that Blood Right to connect with several of the heroes, but he goes down regardless. Sammy Boy's not able to do a whole lot to move Meander here. Bloodseeker is one of the heroes with the more base armor, and all you have to fall back on are your auto attacks on Lifestealer. So even as he chases him all the way from like up here to down here before that last fight, he did basically nothing to him.
Man, that was so close. Did you see that in the bottom lane?
I did not.
Monkey's almost died there. It was very, very close. He teleported out just the right second.
Yeah.
And it made people notice him too. Of course, you know, it had Aoi looking at him. It also had Bryle there. Do get a Rupture over here in the mid lane. They'll follow up with the EMP and the Cold Snap. Moon's absolutely fine. Doesn't have quite as much mana as he would like, though. The jump forward, though, coming out here from Bryle. He wanted that kill, but is he going to be able to find it? Throws out the Silence, and they should be able to get a kill on Bryle if they can just... Yeah, there it is. He went right up top. There's a Tornado from Gunner, and down goes Bryle.
Tried to land the Dissimulate up onto that high ground there. Unfortunately for him, you know, even if he did manage to pull that one off, they do have sentries on him. Give him vision for 10 seconds. He would have gone down. There's just no way he got out of that one at that point.
I will say, though, that HFN has been having the time of his life in this bottom lane. 75 and 17 CS. He has not been pressured too heavily. He's gotten a couple kills here now on Monkeys Forever. And look at this. They just going right from behind. Monkeys tossed up into the air. Right back to HFN. Throws out the trees. And you can't teleport away from this. Not this time. Dubu and Bryle also over here. A lot of heroes, though, from the side of 4Zoomers in the top lane. Looks like they're trying to make something happen, knowing that they had quite a few people on the bottom side, but...
They're going to need to put somebody at the bottom in a second here. If they don't, HFN is going to rip this tower apart. Level 3 Metamorphosis. Swaps in the Yasha now. They're not going to do anything about this. They're just going to let it go. They're going to try to trade, but Mumi had to make it very difficult to push.
Yeah, look at this. They're trying to just move the treants out of the Blood Rights. That way they can put the damage on the tower. But like you said, HFN with Metamorphosis, he just does so much early on at this point, and there's no one that can really stand toe-to-toe to him right now unless you rotate quite a few people.
Radiant's top tower has looked better.
Tries to zone him with the EMP, and yeah, bounty runes, power runes, 10 minutes into the game. Next catapult is coming out.
Nice play here from Gunner, but...
Oh, he denies it.
He just barely denied it. I thought that he had picked that up. My god. What a player. Well, top lane, though, do have a little bit of a skirmish. Dubu throws up the tombstone up onto the high ground here. Ocean is trying to teleport out. Is he going to be able to do it? He just barely makes it out. Rupture used on him and everything.
Yeah. And, you know, these Ruptures have been kind of off the mark. I mean, yes, they forced the Earth Spirit back. It is amazing to use Rupture against the Earth Spirit. Like, it just stops so much of his kit because he loved rolling around. Suddenly he's not able to do that. But he's not connecting any kill with it. He's still 2-0-0 on this Earth Spirit right now. Been doing an excellent job of defending this top tower. I mean, Sammy Boy's been relentlessly pressuring it, and they've got the other catapult up right now. He's spamming blood right on it. Could go down here though. They lose the
It's gonna
tower.
be the tower.
Radiant's top tower has
I'm not sure if they expected Bryle to be here. Gunner, again, still nearby. Sammy just trying to fight through here. He's got the rest of the team coming in. Monkey's also teleporting over. Bryle trying to run away, and they don't quite manage to get the final hit onto him, as Dubu's getting a lot of stacks over here. He's a big, great, big old golem. But Bryle here, the body blocks are coming out from Ocean. They need one more hit, and they'll be able to find it. Ocean taking down Bryle, as now Moon Meander trying to get away, but the rolls, they just keep on connecting. They just never stop. A nice tornado coming out now from Gunner. Usher will eventually fall, but now Sammy Boy just man-fighting Dubu here. It looks like that charge should be able to take him out, and just like that, Sammy hops in Gunner, and they leave.
It's pretty nice turnaround there by 4Zoomers. You know, the game was starting to look a little bit rough for them. That was an amazing fight they just took. My only concern is, you know, even though you're getting these great engagements, you are still playing with Terrorblade against a Lifestealer, and that's such a favorable matchup for the Terrorblade. His stack growth rate is just so much bigger. He's able to do so much more man fighting the hero. And, you know, I don't see them coming out on top here. Along with that tower they just took. I mean, yes, you ended up getting one of the tier 1s, but that is the least value tower in the game. The offlane one, enemies aren't really going to, I guess, move anybody to defend that one. It doesn't really give you that much more map control.
Moon Meander here getting attacked by Sammy. The rest of the team on their way down as well. Silence, Cold Snap, and out with nature, everything in the kitchen sink. And at the end of the day, Husky will be the one who gets the final hit. And they'll make this into a tower push.
They trade though. They managed to grab the mid on catJAMMERS, but you know, this will open up the jungle and make killing the Terrorblade a lot easier, which needs to be their main objective right now. So they are making some decent moves now on 4Zoomers.
I think the difference is that typically the way that Zoomers like to play after a certain point is they move together. Like, that's always been a big thing that I've noticed about them, whereas catJAMMERS tend to like to leave HFN to just, or maybe HFN likes to be left alone, just so he can go and farm up for the most part. Like, they tend to give him a little bit more personal time, so to speak, whereas the Zoomers tend to group up and try to push that advantage. So they might have that going for them.
Speaking of, they moved to push this mid lane. They're not going to be able to do anything about it here. They tried to put Bloodseeker in front of this push a couple of times, but he's gotten punished for it so much that he just doesn't want to do it anymore. They finally broken him. But they trade. Take top
Tier
tower.
1s are down now.
Yeah, tier 1s for teams.
Feels like they want Moon. The way that they're moving. Sammy will show himself on the creep wave. Make it look like, oh, you know, just me. No big deal. I don't have Ocean backing me up or anything.
Yeah, he's not convinced. He's seen this story
Look at the drop.
before.
Look at the thing on the map here. Looks like Husky might be in for some trouble, though, as Bryle jumps forward, drags it back with the Aether Remnant. With that Avalanche, too. That's a quick pick off on the position 5 here for the Zoomers. Gunner does get ruptured up here. Does the EMP Tornado, but there is Bryle and Tiny. Look at this. All of these heroes just running at Gunner right now. Tries to drop the Aether Remnant, though. Steps off to the side. Ocean is here. Rupture's worn off at this point. There's not a lot of mana left, actually, over onto Bryle, but I'm not sure you want to go and fight into that when there's 4 heroes there.
No, everybody's got to back off now. Moon Meander lost everything he had when he was trying to run at him. And, of course, Bryle didn't have much mana to begin with at the start of that fight. There's the clarity. Heals himself back up while CSing over here. Doesn't have any neutral items either. Hits the Royal Jelly. What was the rest of what they grabbed? I missed most of that.
Neutral items. Looks like there was the Arcane Rune, Iron Talon, and the Broom and Handle.
The jelly feels kind of nice this game.
But where's the shovel is the real question. Shovel, best tier 1 item.
Agreed. I mean, especially when you're holding a bottle whenever you get that bounty rune. Oh my god, that is amazing.
Definitely feels good.
It's like, I'm not sure what anyone's move is at this point. They seem to be running at Moon Meander nonstop. They understand that he's going to be by himself, and the team's just kind of playing together and securing farm with the Terrorblade. And Moon is just, I guess, taking the dangerous areas of the map and walking away from his team, just finding what he can. They're trying to take advantage of that one right now, but neither team really wants to commit onto the opposite side of the map that hard it feels.
Yeah, you've got a little bit of vision coming out. Like, you've got this one really deep ward over here on the Radiant, over on that, or from the Radiant over on the eye spot. But, like, for the most part, they're playing very, very safe. even though they're pretty spread out across the map. Would like to see maybe, I'm trying to think, like, what's the next item timing or the next power spike for both of these teams?
I mean, you're going for the Orchid on Monkeys Forever. That's pretty important to being able to blow up the Void Spirit. But he's going to have his Yule Scepter completed by then. In fact, he's got it heading out for him right now, so it's not going to make the biggest difference in the world. Other than that, you know, Terrorblade is happy to take this as late as he can. The more items he gets, the better he's going to be doing against a Lifestealer.
Okay, this is nice, though. So we just got the Orchid finished up, and now we've also got the, hold on, Ocean buying back after he gets killed by Brile here. There's the Lifestealer Infest Bomb coming out. We'll turn it over to Dubu as he's trying to just heal up. On the back lines, though, Owie looks like they're going to be able to take down Dubu, but they're not able to go and stop that TP. Brile, though, they still have vision on him. He's going to fall next. And now HFN, it's just him against all of these heroes. Moonmeander trying to just get a courier or something, but they take him out. The roll forward over onto Moonmeander. This is not looking good for the Bloodseeker, and he is also slain.
That fight turned on its head pretty fast, and I feel like that was just the overconfidence that Brile had in his Invision as he reinitiated. That was the Orchid reveal from the Nature's Prophet onto Brile, but also the Yule Scepter reveal from the Void Spirit. So as soon as he silenced him, he just dispelled it, but you know, he tried to re-engage, and he's the majority of the damage right now. If you're not doing damage on both the Void Spirit and the Terrorblade, the enemy is just going to stun up or like perma-stun that one hero and take it out. So him, I guess, wasting a little bit of time reinitiating, putting himself in that awkward position with the Invis rune, it cost his team that fight there.
I guess the other thing, it was funny because, you know, before that fight broke out, because I didn't see the initial kill on Ocean, but I was watching as the Lifestealer hitched a ride over in Monkeys Forever. I was like, oh, something big's going to happen. Then the whole thing broke out. And I was wondering, you know, is that going to be enough burst damage when they jump in there with that Orchid? But apparently not. Ocean, oh, he just fought back. EMP Tornado, though, buys him a little bit more time. You can see Moonmeander tries to go, drops the Bloodlight. And they'll have to disengage after that.
So nothing comes of that one, unfortunately. And Mooney comes up here. He continues to spam out the waves in the dangerous parts of the map. You definitely feel him struggling a little bit this game. I'm not sure if this is just him being positioned he's unfamiliar with, or...
I mean, he used to play offlane, right?
I mean, yeah, but anything that you're not playing regularly, you sort of... You pick up the habits of the role that you play more. So as the position 4, you think, okay, if I'm trading 1-for-1 a lot of the time, then it's fine. As a position 4 player myself, you know, whenever I'm playing pubs or something like that, even if I'm picking core, I'm like, yeah, I just traded 1-for-1. That's great. I'm a support. And then I realize it's not really the case.
Right.
You can fall into habits like that. But I will say that Moon has been making tons of space for the Terrorblade. He's able to sit 2,000 net worth ahead of the Lifestealer. And I reiterate again, the later this goes and the bigger net worth advantages Terrorblade gets, even if he has like an even with the Lifestealer, he's going to have the advantage just being the better hero between the two of them.
Play that they're playing up here. HFN hiding in the tree line along with Owie. They went for a smoke play on the side of Zoomers, and they're just not finding anyone. They even go and use a scan over here onto the triangle. There's nobody home. Everyone's playing very, very safe. The roll forward, though, as soon as I say that, Dupu does reveal himself, so they'll get themselves a position 5. But I'm sure they were hoping for someone a little bit more interesting. Ghostwalk coming out now from Gunner. He spots Moonmeander. He walks right over that ward, though, too. And they found Brile instead. Again, there's the Yules coming through. They're going to roll on in with the silence. Beautifully done. And the Infest Bomb. Down goes Brile. Oh, look at this nice double damage rune here, too.
Makes
a little
things
bit of
even
a fight
better
over here
sometimes.
on Husky. There's a nice tornado. Still going to be able to get the kill on the Vengeful Spirit, but Owie going to pay for this. Sammy Boy gets himself a double kill. And they ping out the Roche. But doesn't look like they want to go for it. Looks like Sammy's just crawling right on in here. It's going to take some of the creeps away from HFN, but they change their mind. They go right back in.
Yeah, when you've got the double damage rune, you know, you might as well. And even though you don't have the wave to carry, you still get to play the Vengeful Spirit minigame, provides the word to your team. They scouted out.
Do we have them?
They're not going to get there in time, though. They're just not.
No. And that's without the Vengeful Spirit actually, you know, using her spells, too.
Mm-hmm.
Because she does have the, you know, the Medallion and the Wave of Terror, but Unfortunately, you only get that Vengeance aura and any of the items that have an aura.
Just finished the medallion, though, while she was dead.
Okay.
Had the chainmail before. I'm surprised you didn't just go for rushing of lads. It's a little bit weird to me. It sort of makes sense, though. You're playing against a Terrorblade, so he's going to have tons of armor regardless. And that's why he went for this this MKB, actually.
Yeah, he didn't go for the Deso. I noticed that earlier.
Yeah, when you have to deal with so much armor, it's just not worth it to go for the physical damage armor negating item. Instead, you do the magical damage to him. You try to burst him down with as many of those like plus 100 bonus damage magical procs as you can. Mm. This is the 200 IQ build. How are you supposed to play against Terrorblade?
You know, they're doing a pretty bang-up job so far. HFN made his way down to this bottom tower, but there's a lot of the Zoomers nearby, so they have to be careful here.
I think they're going to go for it regardless. I mean, you have a little bit of status resistance, but I don't think enough if they get the jump on you. Okay, he gets out.
He's out. He's out, Cub Scout. No way he sticks around here.
No way he goes back into that big camp, right?
No! HFN, please! Oh, no. But yeah, I mean, none of the Zoomers are showing on the map, so there's no reason to put yourself in harm's way, especially when you just see this Lifestealer bold as brass just walking towards your tower. No cares in the world.
Yeah,
this
I think
could be good, though.
Something's probably up there. Yeah, Bryle runs away as fast as he can. Now he turns around to throw the avalanche, but
it's going to be a dead Tiny. The question... Oh, he doesn't quite spot out Bryle here. He's just off to the side.
Oh, he had vision.
Did he?
Yeah, there's just nothing that he could cancel it with and need to be someone else. He threw the sprout onto here. It gives vision in like, what was it? 500 radius.
I wasn't sure.
Yeah,
that was close enough or not.
Dota's got some weird mechanics.
Indeed it does, but that's why we like it.
Mm-hmm. The flying vision that it provides. I mean, if you click it on your own ancient, for example, the enemies just can't have vision on your ancient. As long as you click it in like the middle of it, because the building itself is actually just in the middle.
All right, well. Pressure being placed now over on the tier 2 here in the top. And it feels like they aren't going to try to fight this here. Bryle just farming up here. Is going to be trying to go for that Ags. And Monkey's over here. Oh, they do manage to get the courier for Sammy Boy.
Goes to the tower flak. It was running as fast as it could with the speed burst, but eventually, you know, the tower shot caught up.
Right.
Poor little donkey.
He's just doing his job.
Radiant's top tower has looked better.
Alacrity being put over on Gunner. They've got the medallion on Sammy, and they're just chonking away here.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
I mean, they think that they can push high ground here, but I don't think that they can push high ground here. I'm going to be honest with you.
I think they can if these guys aren't going to show up. Look at the damage they've already put down on it. They took a long time. They've got all these treants. They just take the tower. They've got Ocean with an Infest Bomb. If they see an opportunity, they could just roll on in.
They can. HFN needs another 200 gold before he's able to take a fight. You might sell a couple of items here. Sell the Wraith Band, dude.
The roll out from Ocean. Perfectly tanky thanks to the Lifestealer being in him.
Alright, he's got it. BKB is now online for HFN. They're going to be ready to take this fight in just a second here. You are going to regret walking forward into catJAMMER territory.
Oh, they roll right on in here. There's the Infest Bomb immediately jumping over onto Dubu. He's not even able to get anything off of these spells. HFN, though, running forward here with the Metamorphosis. They're going to buy back, and they take down Gunner. It's very well done. Now Monkey's Forever also next to fall. Sammy Boy trying to fight his way through. Does have the Aegis over on the back lines. You can see they're just chasing them down one by one. Moon Meander chasing after Ocean now. They've got the silence on him. He's not able to run away here as he's going to get Yule's up into the air. He survives just a little bit longer, but no, he gets taken down. And the only one to survive is, of course, Sammy Boy, very, very narrowly.
Yeah, just barely did he manage to get out of that. You know, HFN just pumping out so much damage. Another thing, he had the BKB complete at the end of that fight. There was no solution to him. He's got too much HP at this point. Now he's only continuing to get stronger. That was their window of opportunity for 4Zoomers, though. They saw that at that point, yes, they were stronger. They had the Aegis. HFN, they still could blow up under spells, but now I'm not sure what they're going to do, Moxxi.
I think now they have to plan around his BKB or see if they can bait it or something. Because that's a huge part of of their plan. Although they'll put a little pressure on him down here. They silence him up. They've got the cold snap going through. 4-step forward though. Dubu's going to be able to save them. Gunner now ruptured over on the side. He is going to fall here. Does have the deafening blast, but these zombies coming in hot too. This is not looking good for him. He's just standing into place here. Can't do much of anything as Bryle zips on in. Sammy Boy though over on the back line gets the kill. Yep, turns back around here. Sammy, oh, the swap comes out. It's not enough though because they go and they drop the blood right. They'll be able to take down Husky too. Very nicely done as Monkey's forced to teleport away.
You know, they just managed to hit their timing finally. Once they had that BKB on the Terrorblade, it is too hard to bring him down. You know, nice reaction there by Dubu coming in, healing up Terrorblade, but they thought they saw another window for opportunity there onto the TB. They knew his BKB was still on cooldown for a little bit longer. They burned out all of his mana, but they couldn't bring him down fast enough there. And like I was saying, the longer they draw this out, the happier that catJAMMERS are going to be. TB is just a better hero at man fighting than this Lifestealer, Moxxi. I don't know. Where do they go from here? I think that you're going to owe me one energy beverage.
A monster energy beverage? Probably. But you know what? I'm enjoying watching this game. And there's still room for error. This is good. Oh boy. I've seen catJAMMERS throw a game or two. I've seen HFN throw a game or two.
I don't know. I remember that one. That was the...
Yeah, I think everyone remembers that one, especially HFN.
Your team walks me this time, HFN. You're on thin ice here.
I love HFN. That dude's a beast. But I have to poke fun where I can, right?
Yep.
I'm not a pro player. Good lord. God, I'm not a pro player. So, Sammy Boy taking a little bit of a ride here in Ocean for now, but I'm sure he wants to pop out, go back to farming.
Someone better help Dire's middle tower.
HFN 3.7k net worth. Will probably start buying a Scotty, maybe a Satanic instead. I'm not sure. You're playing against a couple ranged cores, so Scotty is looking pretty good.
Ooh. Smoke breaks. They see Sammy Boy immediately. They throw out the silence. They're going to need a swap here from Husky. They'll be able to do it. Like, they'll get the stun off. BKB gets popped. Ocean just immediately pops, and down goes Husky. So both of the support duo is down, and it looks like the sacrifice is not even going to be worth it as Sammy Boy is getting just hunted down. All right, now they'll turn it back around again. Monkey's Forever joining in. But they'll take down the tower, and they buy back on Ocean for this.
Fortify has been used on cooldown for another 3 minutes here, but I think they're going to back up, except that, you know, they expended the buyback on the Earth Spirit. We don't need to take this fight. Metamorphosis, you know, it's starting to hit its timing, so might as well step back now. Play around Roshan or something, which is going to respond in 30 seconds. Going to be a faster one here.
That's going to be what everybody wants to be. Look at this. They know. Oh, Gunner's Courier gets taken down during that. That did have the final Solar Crest components. Should be able to find Dubu here, although they roll right past him. Gunner's going to be the one who walks into him, and immediately they can spot. They realize this is here. And Dubu says, all right, you know, guys, I'll tank the gank. I'm the position 5. Better you than me. But while this is going down, there's a whole other fight here in this bottom lane as Monkey's Forever gets taken down with the dynamic duo of Bryle and Owie.
4Zoomers, I think they want to use this opportunity while Metamorphosis is on cooldown to try and push, maybe get that Rax they couldn't get before, but with Repair Kit now on the side of catJAMMERS, not sure they're going to be able to grab that. They're pinging out Roshan. They could use this opportunity to take that.
They gotta do it quickly, though, because they already, you can start to see the side of catJAMMERS moving into the vicinity. Although Tiny and Bryle a ways off here. Although he has an Arcane Rune. Ooh.
I think they can do it.
I think they can do it if they just gotta do it without stopping. Okay, with the Terrorblade Illusion going in there, they gotta finish it up real fast. As they're making their way over, down it goes. Sammy Boy grabs up the Aegis. This is not looking like it's gonna be a long Aegis for him, though, as Bryle with the jump here over onto Sammy. Like he's going to be able to maybe walk away, but over on the high ground here, Bryle still waiting patiently, and there's going to be a rupture. The swap back over onto Sammy Boy. Down goes that Aegis, like we talked about. Husky using the Glimmer Cape does get dusted up, though. Gunner on the back lines, not looking too healthy as he gets taken down by Bryle. Sammy Boy, there's so many different little summons here. He's trying to man fight here with HFN, but he's not going to be able to do it. HFN, he's just too powerful. If they go, he hops into one of these little tree ends, buys himself just a tiny little bit of time, but Husky, again with the swap, keeps Sammy Boy alive a little bit longer. They're actually able to take down HFN. Sammy Boy just fighting away over here with Moon Meander, but it's enough as Ocean now forced to run away. Monkey's Forever over here on the high ground, still trying to fight here with Dubu. Ocean still alive, silenced up, needs to be careful. They throw out the trees. Moon Meander's stuck, he cannot get out. They need just a couple more hits here as Ocean kills off Moon Meander's mega 5x kill streak. And Dubu somehow, only man standing, that Venge Illusion just taunted the entire way. They'd like to get this kill too. Not sure if they're going to be able to do it though. No detection left over on any. Oh, they do have a gem now over on Monkeys, but
Dubu, like he's making space. This is what Dubu's doing. He says, I don't even matter. I'm position 5 on dying. Whatever. Go ahead and kill me, guys. My Terrorblade's respawning. Who cares?
I mean, he did a great job of attracting their attention, that's for sure.
Yeah, definitely. One thing that I did really like in that fight is Ocean. He had an amazingly timed dramatic grip towards the end. He actually, stopped Sunder from getting off on Terrorblade there. Managed to grab him before... get that, but that last fight, I think so many things went well for 4Zoomers. They saw that the Undying was dead. They take the Roshan, they get the Aegis, they have the cheese as well. But despite all of that going their way, it still wasn't a very convincing victory for 4Zoomers. The longer this goes, the more powerful HFN gets with all the summon units and whatnot on him.
But he's got to be able to get the Thunder off. Has to be able to get that Thunder off. That's a big deal. If he can't get it off, they do have means of dealing with him.
All right, just about now he's working on this MKB. You have the evasion talent, I think. Evasion talent on the Lifestealer. He's not going for Heaven's Halberd at this point, which, I do agree with. I think he just needs as much damage as possible, really.
Meander getting spotted out here by these Treants. Rest of the team close behind him. They have to realize something's up. No one's showing in any of these lanes. Doing a good job of dodging right now. Looks like most of the Zoomers, though, trying to just stay in the base. They don't want to present an opportunity. And what do we have? I know a couple people bought back. Ocean bought back earlier. I think he's the only one, though.
Yeah, he is. Fortunately, nobody else had to buy back. I mean, getting the Aegis and the cheese there was so big for the Lifestealer in that fight. It allowed him to just do so much more. But without that, I'm not sure how they take these fights. I think he's just going to rust the Assault Crass, but I don't think that's enough armor to keep himself and his teammates alive. Terrorblade is just going to rip through them. When they have so many ranged heroes on their team, I mean, the Nature's Prophet, the Invoker, the Vengeful Spirit, and then the Lifestealer's healing being negated a lot by the Scotty. It's going to do a lot of work in this next team fight.
Uh-oh. Oh, Ocean. Just a little bit too far forward and didn't realize that Bryle was sitting there waiting. So he's down for 70-something seconds. No buyback because he bought back earlier. And I believe Sammy just bought out to get that whole Assault Cuirass too, so he's not going to have buyback. They've got to be very careful in the way that they approach this.
Yep. They smoke up and retreat.
Oh, the big fight's coming out immediately here. Jumping over onto Sammy Boy's gonna hitch a ride and gunner. Bryle stepping forward. Finds himself Monkeys Forever with that science. The avalanche toss as well. The Scotty damage is huge as they turn right back around. Monkeys just getting shredded on the back line. Look at all of these snowballs being thrown from HFN. Husky just trying to hide in the trees and he cannot do it. The buyback comes out though now. So the Vengeful Spirit wants to be a part of this. So does Monkeys. They'll turn back around. Can they get the skill over onto Bryle? Yes, they'll be able to find it. As the rest of the side of catJAMMERS will back off, but they force out 2 buybacks.
Yep. We take that. Then you just wait another 130 seconds now. Rinse, repeat. There's no rush right now.
Oh, and a double damage.
Oh. I don't think that's going to mean that much, though. I mean, wait, what are you doing?
Well, if you find Sammy Boy like that, oh my god. Are you all right?
He's at half HP now.
Yeah. I don't think he expected to walk into that at all. This is a bit of a risky move here from Monkeys. Here he goes. He snaps up that rune. Sammy, I think you want to turn around here, friend.
Yeah.
Okay, Sammy just does not care. Oh, all right. I see you.
No detection. To buy Dubu a little bit of time.
HFN, he doesn't have the Metamorphosis, though, so maybe that's why they're backing up. He still had the double damage. Could have potentially tried to fight there, but...
No Metamorphosis now. I mean, it was just at the very end of the duration, so they want to be careful. Bryle's still down as well.
The problem is all of these waves are just consistently shoved in, and Monkeys is doing the best that he can to try to push them out, but after you get these pickoffs, you can't get any other objectives for the side of Zoomers right now.
Mm-hmm. Top lane shoving in with multiple catapults now, so they are forced to walk back now on Zoomer. Someone needs to TP to deal with this. Looks like it's monkeys forever. He walks, doesn't teleport.
We got to teach you the difference between top and bottom here, dude.
Ah, that's right. Sorry, I moved my camera up and then I
from Canada, but
everything is north in Canada.
They do need to be careful, though. Again, they send monkeys back, but we've seen Bryle and Owie just jump on him anytime he comes a little bit too far forward. And look at this.
Yeah.
He's worried about it. They're not seeing them. Something's up. He's playing it very, very safe. They do have a huge wave shoving into their base, though. They don't have that tower anymore. So with those 2 Cardies and a couple range creeps, they might be able to do a decent amount of damage. So looks like they will force HFN back because, unfortunately, Dubu, Undying, not the greatest at hero. Or not hero, but wave clearing here.
He's, you know, starting to hit the limit of his usefulness. I mean, Soul Rip is still going to do a lot. He has healed up and saved HFN a couple of times with it. Dying is the Dubu special, but, you know, it does fall off. It just secured the early game for the HFN, though.
And that's really the job, you know. Same thing goes whenever you see like an Enchantress. Enchantress scaling just a little bit better, I feel. But, you know, the whole purpose of picking up the hero is to have a strong lane and to make sure that your core gets what they need. And I would say he definitely did that.
Metamorphosis is off cooldown now. I'd say HFN is probably ready to go. He's sitting on, what, 2,200 gold. He might save for buyback. I'm not sure what he builds right now to finish his kit. I mean, you're 6 slotted at the moment. Maybe like swap boots in and out, have an Abyssal Blade on you. I'm really not sure. Terra Wave is pretty good, but it's odd. Yeah, Satanic. The status resistance would be pretty nice. But I think he's just ready to go at this point. You don't want to wait for the enemy team to grab another item. Lifesteal is looking pretty strong with his leveler, though.
That Abyssal Blade's looking real nice, too. No buyback, though, available for Sammy Boy. So if he gets taken down here, that's it for him.
They have all their... No way they have the neutral items. Yeah, what do they have? Neutrals. They have 1. They just have the magic lamp. So I think that they want to keep 4Zoomers stuck inside their base while they grab a couple neutral items here.
Makes sense. How are we working on an E-Blade next, it looks like?
Oh, they want to leave their base, though.
Sammy? Sammy?
That's game.
That's, yeah. There's a Sammy for 90-something seconds. They can just walk right on down mid.
I was...
Neph, why are they walking right down mid?
I don't think they know that he doesn't have buyback.
It's HFN hitting creeps again.
All right, now they know he doesn't have buyback. They said, okay, he hasn't bought back immediately. Let's just win the game.
They're playing so scared, though, still.
Yeah, I mean, they probably think that he's got buyback. I know I would.
Guess.
Why would Sammy Boy walk that far forward if he doesn't have buyback?
Oh, the jump into the backline. BKB, though, coming out here from Gunner. He's just going to have to run away from the Rupture. Nice swap here from Husky, but it's Owie. He's very, very tanky. Husky just trying to climb away. Bryle throwing out the Aether Remnant. Husky not quite there, but they respect it. They back off. They're giving them more time, and during all this, you can see that Monkey's just shoving in the wave here in the top lane, causing them to respond to it. This feels weird.
They aren't in a rush. Again, the
they find monkeys though.
They got him.
This is potentially very, very good for the side of catJAMMERS here. Take away the rat. Yeah, there's no trees there for you to hide in, monkeys, my friend. Although Bryle is... Bryle got stuck there for a moment.
Verse moved around pretty quickly with his hero. What is Moon doing?
Moon's fighting here with Ocean, who is ruptured, but the rest of the team coming in hot here. This is not looking good here. Moon, Mule's coming through, plus the ice wall. Looks like Ocean's going to be able to survive, as they need a little bit more damage. They have the vision. One more hit should do the trick, and it looks like they're not going to be able to do it. They take down Gunner. He's down for 78 seconds. No buyback on Monkeys. No buyback on Invoker.
They bought enough time for the lifesteal to get back up, but they're pinging him out. They see him. He's going to die again. He needs to hop into the car.
What are you doing?
Get in the car.
No, Sammy. Oh, my God.
Get in the car. Get in the car. Get in the car. Get in the car.
All right.
Drive.
Oh, my God. No, don't go back in.
What are you doing?
Sammy?
No.
Sammy, please.
Sammy, stop.
Oh,
no,
my
Sammy
God.
boy.
The swap coming out now from Husky.
I
still just think that this is Not the play. You don't have Invoker. You don't have Monkeys. This is a lifestealer being... Yeah, I know. What? Sammy just getting chonked down over here. Worst getaway driver ever. GG gets called.
Yeah. This isn't what Baby Driver was about.
No, definitely was not.
For 4Zoomers, though, they put up a pretty good fight. You know, they managed to take to the high ground once, but they were just a little bit short of beating catJAMMERS' timing. Once they had the BKB and Terrorblade, he was able to fight into them. It finally showed how strong he was, how much better he was at taking fights in this lifestealer. So, again, I feel like catJAMMERS, they just outdrafted them there. They probably thought they would have gotten the Terrorblade, the Arc Warden, or the Drow Ranger, but, you know, they stopped them from getting all three. Now he's just too smart with his drafting.
100% admit that the Terrorblade was a huge issue and was a great counter to Sammy Boy, especially when Sammy Boy runs back in with his face. But that's a whole other thing. So I do owe you one Monster Energy drink. But I did still believe that Zoomers still had the potential to be able to possibly take this game from catJAMMERS if they had made the moves early enough on. But like you said, the more time that they got on the side of catJAMMERS, the stronger HFN got, and it just presented them with more and more opportunities to take the game. So this is, of course, though, you know, we're in group stages. Everybody's just kind of feeling each other out right now, trying different things. And like we said, you know, the other day, catJAMMERS had kind of a rough start. It's possible that Zoomers just going to have a rough start today too. But we are going to take a short break, and when we come back, we'll have game number 2 here of catJAMMERS versus 4Zoomers.